Hey guys, one of the very first questions we always get when people want to call and talk about remodels is what's it going to cost? So let's talk about it. Real numbers for Central Texas 2026. Kitchen remodel, typical full kitchen remodel, anywhere from $75,000 to $150,000 is a good budget range to have in mind. Remember, you got to factor in things like cabinets, countertops, appliances, lighting. Uh, Bigger kitchens obviously are going to cost more. Higher end selections are going to cost more. If we're going Wolf ranges, Sub-Zero refrigerators, things like that, that's going to push typical cost up. With cabinets, there's always things you can do with cabinets. You can just replace the doors. You can paint, overstain, things like that to make them look new to save some money here and there. So there's ways you can save money and there's ways you can spend a lot more money as well. And we can guide you through those things. Primary bathroom, a master bathroom, range anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000. If you're going to be doing things like moving plumbing around, you can incur some extra cost. If it's an older home with a pier and beam foundation, it's easier to move plumbing. If it's a newer home with a slab, obviously plumbing's going to be harder and more difficult to move, more expensive to move. Also with primary bathrooms, is there a master bathtub? Is there not one? Are we just taking one out? Are we not replacing it? Master bathtubs are expensive. They add to cost for replacing them. If you're just taking them out or not having one, that can help bring costs down as well. Lots of things you can do to affect cost. Secondary bathrooms, Jack and Jill bathrooms, Hollywood baths, anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000. Again, what's popular right now is take the tub out, turn it into a stand-up shower. That's going to fit into that range. That's what most people are doing right now. With cabinets, again, I go back to you can change out cabinet doors, and the cabinets look completely different. There are ways to cut cost here, ways to do things that don't get crazy cost-wise. Master closet build out, living dining room build out. $10,000, $35,000 on those. We're not talking about a lot of fixtures. There's typically no plumbing. It's mostly just flooring, trim, paint, and again, those fixtures, those light fixtures primarily. Full home remodel, very, very, very affected by size of house, obviously. Anywhere from 200,000 to 350,000 square feet for an average 2,500 square foot home. That number is going to move up or down largely based on the age of the home. The older the home, obviously, the more it's going to cost, the more things are going to cost to get up to code. The newer the home, the less it's going to cost. And again, you'll hear this a ton when you're talking to us about remodeling. If we're moving plumbing, if we're moving drains, that's going to add to cost as well. But that $200,000 to $350,000 range, that's a pretty good range to think about. That's also too in terms of an addition. If you're going to do an addition to a home, you're looking at about that same cost range to do a full addition on a home with a new living room and a new bedroom or a new kitchen, things like that, added to a home. So those are ballpark ranges. Obviously, your job is going to be specific to you and to your home. That real number will come in once we get those plans, once we sit down and we design things, we pick things out, we make those selections, we nail those numbers down. We're going to give you all those numbers before we ever sign a contract or we ever make any kind of agreement. You're going to know where all your money is going before we ever get started. So if you're thinking about doing a remodel, give us a holler. Let's talk about your project. Let's sit down. Let's look at what the numbers are going to be. Let's look at what the design is going to be. It's free to talk to us. Let's sit down. Let's give an idea. Let's dial these numbers in for you before you get started.